Me, the way I see life most of the time is different from the way you see life. Sometimes life is good. Other times, well, maybe not so good. And this is why many times we need someone to talk to, someone to listen to us without judging us. And this is a program that is designed exactly for that purpose, where we can talk, chat, laugh, and sometimes cry together. Come on, let's talk over our matters. Let's discuss the matters of life and find solutions together. This is SHINA. Our program is now going to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I need you to join in. We need to talk together. You will have the opportunity to call in, ask questions, discuss matters that concern your heart, and I guarantee you, you'll be glad that you talked. I'll be waiting on you Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday. SHINA will be waiting for you.
Hey guys, my name is SHINA OYINLOLA, and I'm trying to let you know that Abntv do live stream events. Do you have any event coming up? Do you want somebody to do that for you? Live stream your event either to your own portal or to Abntv Direct. Call on us now. 346 426 5650. 346 426 5650. We'll be glad to help you out. Thank you.
Hello, and it's so good to know that you're there. Well, it's been a wonderful day, and I hope it's been wonderful at your side of the world as well. Well, you by now would know that domestic violence is still a predominant issue in the society. And until we reduce it to the barest minimum, we can't just stop talking about it. Too many things coming up, too many people calling, a lot of issues happening in and around us. And it is time for you and I to put our efforts together and help those that truly are in need, those that need to be helped out of their many issues. We cannot afford to keep silent anymore. This is a major, major issue. Every day today, if you look on the pages of newspapers or you go online, someone gets killed every day in the name of love. How long are we going to hold on to this? How long are we going to look on? How long are we going to allow this to happen in the society? If we truly are decent people that we claim that we are, then by now there should be solutions to these problems. Listen, I'm going to be slightly hard on every one of us, including me and all of us. Love is not by force. Love is not such a difficult thing. If it's not working no more, find a way out. You don't deserve a bullet in your head because you're in love. Nobody needs to be stabbed because of love. Love should be beautiful and easy. It should make you smile and laugh all day long. But if there's too much of bitterness, if the love has got toxic, find a way. We just want you to leave. At Abntv, if there's anything we say all the time, we just want you to leave. We want you to enjoy your life. Do everything within your power to make your relationship work. Oh yeah, everything you can do, do it. Let your relationship work. Hey, if you have to beg, beg. If you have to spend money, spend money. If you have to call on others to step into it, call on others to step into it. Just do everything to make it work. But then, if the way is too tough for both of you to walk on the same aisle, by all means, go your separate ways. You're better off living long as a single parent than dying young in the name of love. As I speak to you tonight, another person goes down in the name of love. Usually, when someone has killed someone or maimed someone, it's big news and it's a huge news. But the killing did not start the story. There are little things that build up till someone is killing someone. Those little things are the things I like to talk about on my program. If we can avoid those little things, then there'll be less of killing in the name of love. Come on, friends. Listen, I know everybody's going to die, but allow people to die naturally and on their own accord. You cannot afford to be the one hitting someone, beating up someone in the name of love. If you don't love her no more, let her go. Punching her, hitting her head on the wall, it could be very, very heartbreaking for anyone. I read earlier on today of a woman that was punched, and the guy kept punching her head till she died. And by the time they checked, her jaws had broken, her skull had broken, and till she died, he didn't stop punching. What kind of love is that? Hello? I mean, I can't fathom it. I can't imagine it, that you are there and someone is punching you and you're still there. You don't have to fight back, but you can go away. Love shouldn't hurt. Tonight, we're going to go on a short break, and when we return, it is a very important thing that we're going to be talking about tonight, all right? Because most of the time, like I said, one thing leads to the other before the major scenario of someone killing someone. Those little things, let's get them out of the way. Thereby, there'll be less of beating up, there'll be less of killing. I'm going to be asking you a question when we return from break. What are you still doing with your ex's property? I will say that again. What are you still doing with your ex's property? Hey, this is Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I'm so glad to be here. Let's quickly go on a very short break, and when we return, we will hit the ground running. Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide.
Asu Rock African Market. We work hard to provide you with a wide selection of things you enjoy from Africa that are of the greatest quality. We are the premier African grocery store franchise in USA. African food products, meats, pastries, and hot and ready-to-eat meals. Check us out today at www.azurrockmarket.com. Open 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. 13711 Western Road, Suite A1, Houston, Texas 77077. Seamless, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Groupon, and Postmates. Call us now at 832-990-7590. In-store shopping or in-store pickup and deliveries. Asu Rock African Markets. Catering and everyday entertaining. Marriage-based green card, family petitions, VAWA or green card based on marital problems and abuse, employment-based green card, naturalization, immigrants visa application, asylum, born hearing visas visa. Samuel Agosha Law Firm, 10039, Business Street, Suite 337. Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 832-427-6224. Samuel Agosha Law Firm. Let us fight for you.
My name is SHINA OYINLOLA. From January 1st to March 31st, Your ad making will be $500, and we will give you a 2 weeks free usage on Abntv and all our platforms. Thank you so much for being there for us. Thank you for being there all the time. God bless you. And I want to let you know that we love you. Bye for now.
You're welcome back. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and I'm so glad that you're there. Now, don't forget, just in case you have any advertisement need, bring it on. We'd like to advertise your products for you. It could also be services or upcoming programs. You may want to showcase your wedding anniversary, your birthdays, or different functions. Now, whatever business that you are into, it could be small or big. Bring it on. We'd like to project it to the world for you. Yours could be as small as a barbing salon, or could be as huge as controlling thousands of staff. Surely, we would like to advertise your product for you. Or you want to sponsor this program, that would be a delight in my heart. Those numbers that we keep giving you, call them, send text to them, or chat. We will surely reach out to you and help you out of your advertisement needs. Tonight, what we're discussing tonight is quite sensitive. Sensitive for the fact that quite a number of people, if you look inwards, there might be something that you are holding on to that you shouldn't hold on to. Now, when there are problems, like I said earlier on, when there are problems, most of the time we focus on the problem. For instance, if someone has killed someone, everybody forgets what happened rather, before someone killed someone. Everyone is going to focus on the fact that, you killed someone, he killed someone, she killed someone. That's the only thing that will be on the mind of everyone. Nobody remembers the things that built up to it. Now, for me, I do not want us to keep celebrating those that have killed people, but rather let's talk about the little things that could build up to that kind of horrible fight. If we can knock those things off, then there won't be fight at all. And if there's no fight, then nobody's going to kill anybody in the name of love. What do you think? Now, one of the biggest problems that people have, now, based on what I do, we get a lot of calls, we get a lot of, doing a lot of researches, so we can actually conclude in some instances. Now, one of the biggest issues that people have would be the issue of the exes. We started it yesterday, the issue of the exes. It's always a nasty thing. And there's a kind of suspicion that is built around the fact that, you're still talking with your ex, you're still discussing with your ex. And so, as I yesterday, I was able to point out that, listen, the more you clear yourself off the ex, the better for you. We're taking it a step further tonight. And I'm going to be asking you, for those of you that still have the property of your ex, what are you doing with it? Now, a lady told me that after last night's program, she called and she said on her right hand, she wears a ring as given to her by her ex. Now, she can't throw it away because it's, from what she said, the ring is very expensive and she loves it. On her left, she has a ring of the present partner. But then, she did not disclose to the partner that the ring on her right was given to her by her ex. Now, here is the question. First to you ladies, if you're no longer with this guy, what are you still doing with his property? Because as long as the property is there, there is an attachment with the ex. Believe me, if you don't disconnect yourself with the ex, it will spring up eventually. Hey, slow down. I am not saying be an enemy to your ex. No. Of course, there's nothing wrong in occasional calls. There's nothing wrong in hi, hello there, and all that. But then that close, how would I put it? Relationship of you still wearing the ring he gave you, or you're still driving his car. Hey, I keep telling you, this is no judgment zone, and I particularly don't know how to judge. I'm going to be opening up the phone line soon, and I want us to discuss. There are some property or there are some gifts as given by the exes that are huge, that are expensive, that are precious, but the relationship is no longer on. What should happen to those things? Because as long as those things are with you, it's a form of connection. Let's take the car, for instance. I'm not telling you what you're going to do with the car as given to you by your ex. I want everybody calling in to let's discuss what could be done. Let's look at the car, for instance. The ex bought you a car when you were dating, when things were going on well. Now the relationship is not working. Whatever the cost is immaterial now. If you cost it or he cost it, is immaterial. But you still have the car. Now, how do you think the ex will feel when he sees you, when he runs into you and you're driving that car? Particularly when occasionally you have your present person in the car. So I'm not sure that's a very clean thing. I'm not sure that's a very good thing, honestly, because some exes will feel that as long as their property is with you, right, they have access to you, they have the right to check on you, they have the right to call you. If you did not want them to get in touch at all, you wouldn't be having that property with you. So car is there, rings are there. We've had exes building houses or buying houses for exes and they're no longer together. So this, I'm not talking about small property like phone and all those things. All those ones are too small. They're immaterial. But there are some very emotional gifts. There are some very expensive gifts that you know that for any good reason, for whatever it's worth, you're not supposed to hold on to that thing. But then, what do you do with those things? What do you do when the relationship is not working anymore? What do you do with those things? Do you get rid of them? Do you take them back to the ex? Do you keep them? Don't forget that when you keep them, are you going to tell your present person, like the lady that told me yesterday about the ring? She said she can never tell a present person that the ring was given to her by her ex, but she can't get rid of the ring. Why? She lost the ring. So help me. Now, ladies, I do beg your pardon for what I'm about to say. Ladies seem to complicate things more when it comes to holding on to the ex's property. Sometimes they want to let go of the ex, but they don't want to let go of the property. And so when the man keeps calling, a man that sees his ring on your finger, what do you think is going on through his mind? Oh, she still loves me. And so if he calls at odd hours, can you stop that kind of a man? Maybe not. You know why? Because you're holding to something that belongs to him. So tonight, I really want us to discuss. Name the property. We've seen it. We've seen it. There is almost nothing that someone has not given to another person. So usually, when people start dating, it's so beautiful. It's so lovely. Nobody sees an ugly future. As a matter of fact, every time they look at the future, they look at the bright future, the future that they're going to be together, the future that they're going to build a home together. And so they keep investing in one another. And somehow, at the end of the day, something happens, particularly if they did not end up marrying. And something happens. Meanwhile, someone has invested so much, What happens? I'm talking about all the expensive gifts, including buying shares of companies for a partner that eventually the relationship didn't work. Now, if your ex, when you were still dating or when you were still together, bought for you shares of companies, you understand, now that you've broken up, what do you do? Do you return them? This is as confusing as it gets. Now, the reason why we're discussing it It's because the problem of exes are very huge when it comes to things that cause problems in the home, in the new home. And so exes will continue to show if there are things that belong to the exes and you're keeping. Hey, have I said return them? No. Have I said keep them? No. I'm just very neutral for right now because I need to hear from you. I need to hear from us on what to do. A lot of people are in this dilemma and they just don't know what to do. Every time they look at that beautiful gift, it's so hard to get rid of. But then they know that this is why the ex keeps coming back. And it is difficult to get angry at him because you have his BMW. The lines are open right now. And we want us to call in and let's talk about the things that belong to the exes. What should we do with them? 346-426-5650. That is 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. That is 336-456-3800. Both lines are open right now, and of course, you can begin to call in. I'll be waiting on your call so that we can discuss this. On this program, time goes so very fast, like unbelievably fast. I don't know how, but then, so if you're going to call in, let's quickly call in good time so that we can have enough time to discuss. Now, while I wait on your call, usually there's always that dream of happy future. All right. So even before people got married, there's a kind of investment. Some of these investments are actually sincerely big and huge. If the relationship did not work, and let me pause to say here, do not force your relationship to work because you have somebody's property. Don't feel indebted to someone, and that's why you're forcing yourself in that relationship. You're not going to be happy. Look, love almost has nothing to do with material things. I'm not saying material things are not important, but don't pretend to love someone because you don't want to return what they gave to you, or because you still want to hold on to the property that they gave to you. If you don't love, the problem will forever be there. You can't do anything about it. You can't solve it. So don't get tied down. And that is why until you're married to someone, until you're legally together, reduce the things you take. Some of these things may hunt you down later in future. And that's just the sincere truth. No matter how much you're in love with someone that you're not married to, it is not everything they offer to you that you take. You don't want to take things that will choke you. You don't want to take things that, okay, now some guys are so bad. Hey, let me just quickly say, because I've heard it severally, some guys are so bad that when a relationship breaks up, they want their stuff back. And so if you've taken so much, let's say the only car that you own, the only car that people know you with all over the world is the one that was bought for you by your boyfriend. Now the relationship is broken and he wants his car back. How are you going to explain to the people? What are you going to say to them? What will you say happened to the car? So a lot of people are in this problem, and I will advise, while you're still dating anyone, you need to mind the things you take from them. Very important. I'm not saying don't exchange gifts. I'm not saying don't give things, but don't take things that will choke you. Particularly when you knew from beginning that you really didn't like that partner. You knew that you didn't like him, but you're there. Now you're taking everything he's throwing at you. And let me tell you, a guy that knows that you don't like him will try to compensate by giving you some stuff, by giving you more, by giving you more. And by the time you want to say, no, I'm getting off, guess what? Some of them could demand for their stuff. What will you do? And even if they are not demanding for it, how comfortable will it be that you're taking their property to the hands of another man? Are you really sure you'll be comfortable with that? So tonight I want us to look at, the property has been given. What should happen when the relationship is broken to big properties like car, like the diamond ring, like a house, like shares running to thousands of dollars bought for you. Now that the relationship is broken and you're moving to the hands of another man, what should happen to those property? The phone lines are open, like I told you, 346-426-5650, 336-456-3800. Do call in and let's hear what you have to say. I got my opinions, but hey, the program is not about me. It's about you. You understand? I just don't want to keep giving you what I think. What I think really does not matter as much as what you think. So let me know what you think. Let me know what's on your mind, because this has been a problem over time. That what should you do with the property of your ex? And when I say the property, a big property. While I wait on your call, one of the first things that you must do, to those of you listening to me and you have the property of your ex, including the lady that called yesterday that told me about the ring, the very first thing that you need to do is to let your new partner know. They have to know. You don't have a choice, because this could stick out somehow, somewhere, in an embarrassing way. So let them know what you have. The major thing that you're taking, that you're bringing in from the ex, let your new partner know. And many a times, they may advise you to return it. If your partner wants those things returned, then please return it. Otherwise, if you don't return those things, that will be the beginning of trouble in the home. Almost every man does not want to ride on the glory of another man. Every man wants to feel like a man, particularly when this person is your ex. More particularly, if the ex is richer, I'm only just telling you the mind of a man. If the ex is richer than the present will keep feeling like, oh, is it because he's rich? Is it because he has money? No. So don't even allow such drama near you. If you have the property of your ex, the number one thing that you must do before thinking of returning it, and I mean that, and I will say that again, before returning it, let your new partner know. That way, you're not hiding anything. Many a times, the things that we think we're not hiding, we're actually hiding. And so, if you're wearing a ring on your other hand that belongs to your ex, and your present does not know, one of these days, you're going to run into your ex at the store with your present, and the ex is going to demand his ring right there and then. What are you going to do? Are you going to say he never gave you a ring? He has the evidence. He has a proof. It's his ring. So, one, I don't want to jump. I wish you would call and tell me before I start giving you my opinions. But then, while I wait on your call, let me quickly say, I really don't even think you should wear the ring as given to you by your ex for any reason. Let the ring be blue diamond. Let the ring be more expensive than jasper. You understand? As long as you are no longer together with the ex, take off the ring. You can't. You're no longer with him. The ring is a symbol of something. And so, if you're off him, take off the ring. That's simple. I don't know what you're going to do with the ring, but don't wait. No, you can't. All right? It's not meant for your fingers. Your new partner shouldn't even know that you're wearing your ex's ring. How will you explain it? So, there are some things that you need to get rid of immediately. But then, I'm still on my point number one, that when you are getting into a new relationship, be as transparent as possible. Be as clear as glass. You understand? So that there is less for you to be embarrassed over, just in case. So, if you're meeting a new person and you're entering into a new relationship, let him know. If you're still keeping the ex's car, let your partner know, hey, that car right there was bought for me by my ex. Let him know. It solves a whole lot of problems. Together, both of you will agree on what to do, and that is really helpful. The lady that brought the story yesterday, what was going to scatter her home was because the ex kept calling just kept calling, and she was giving attention, and she said because you're childhood friends. Usually, when someone has a link to you, it's an access. When someone has a major property with you, like it or not, even you are obliged to answer them. You feel responsible to them, or you feel indebted to them. You don't want to be indebted to nobody, particularly when it comes to the matters of the heart. You don't want to be indebted to nobody. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself serving two masters, and you can't afford to do that. So if this thing is going to make your ex to keep coming back, if it's that thing that's going to make your ex to keep knocking at your door, calling your phones, even at the middle of the night, return their stuff to them. Yes, return their stuff to them. If you could do that, then they have less reasons to start knocking at your door. But when you're holding on, I mean, sometimes, I'm sorry to use these words, sometimes human beings, we are just greedy. You want to hold on to this, you want to hold on to that. And that's the meaning of eating your cake and having it. Sometimes life doesn't go that way, and we must do everything possible to discourage it. So don't forget, my point number one is that make sure your partner knows. Number two, I mentioned it earlier, but I'm just going to emphasize on it. It is not every gift you take. You're not, listen, live within your means. People will give you stuff, but let them not give you because you're poor or because you're hungry. When you take gifts that are too expensive, they could work against you. You understand? Or find a way to take those things in such a way that I would rather prefer someone to set you up business-wise, which really, he set you up, but you did good by making it grow, than someone buying stuff for you like a car. I'm not saying people don't give car gifts. Of course, people do. But be very careful, particularly when you know you're still going to be dating a new person. Be very careful, because the new person is going to find out. The new person may not like it. So it is not all gifts that you take. When you want to take this and you want to take that, eventually, at the end of the day, you're going to explain yourself. So if your ex is no longer having anything to do with you, underline the word anything. Anything includes anything that you're thinking of right now. Now, some of you ladies, very importantly, when your vehicle breaks down, even though you're with a new person, who do you call to do the service? Your ex. When there's money you need to borrow, who do you call? Your ex. You keep going back. Look, it's going to cause a major problem. An average man is a jealous man. An average man is actually more jealous than the ladies. And that's the truth. We are saying all these things because these things cause a lot of problems in the home. The issue of the X factor. And so, clean it up. Clean it. Totally clean it. The best way you can clean it is the less property of your ex you have, the better for you. You can't afford to keep their property and claim that you don't have anything to do with them. That's not very good. That's not being fair. Honestly, it's not. Whichever way, if you're not interested in the relationship, then don't be interested in keeping the property. And that's why my point number 2 is very essential, that mind the things you take. The things you can't give back without thinking twice. Hey, don't take it while you're still dating. Tell him to hold on to it. When you're married, yes, you can take all those things because it's now a family. You now own everything together. But we see them on social media, and I'm not going to mention them. Some of them you know, some of them are popular. You understand? And the partner is referring to the father, okay, I built this house for you, I bought this car for you, and things like that. And it keeps causing huge problems. Don't take. You can survive without some things. Anyone that likes you so much and is willing to buy the whole world for you, tell them to marry you first. I hope I'm speaking your mind, and that is why I wish you would call so that I can hear your own side of the opinion. Anyone that is willing to buy the word for you, instead of wasting the money to buy the whole word for you, tell them to marry you first. When you're married, everything belongs to both of you. And if you don't want them to marry you, don't take their stuff. No, you're trying to be wise by a penny. At the end of the day, it's going to make you fall. It's going to give you huge problems. So if you're not interested in moving on, spending the rest of your life with them, then please mind what you take from them. It's not everything that they're offering you that you're going to be taking. Now let's look at the present person. The present person, most of the time, this will now lead me to my third point. The present person may not be able to afford the things that your ex has given you. Whoa! There is no faster way of causing a problem in the house by making a man feel that where I am coming from is better than here. Oh my. You don't want to do that. You don't want to give any man that impression. So if you have so much, I used to know a lady that had 2 laptops, 2 iPads, various phones, and this lady actually bragged and said, hey, some other men bought it for her. Now, all these things the husbands could not afford. Almost no man will like it to hear that the things that you are holding, that you're cherishing, all those things were bought for you by another man who is now your ex, and they cannot afford it. In fact, that hurts them more. If they could afford it, they could tell you, oh, return this, I'm giving you another one, a newer version. That's a man, and that's good, and that clears it. But then, this man is struggling. He can't afford what you have. What you have was not bought by him. What you have was not bought by you. What you have was bought by your ex. Put yourself in the position of that man. Put yourself in his position. How will you feel? So a little thing could happen and it will become a big problem. It is not that little thing that is a problem, but it's building up a lot of pressure, feeling less than a man, feeling so insecure because you're using things you couldn't afford, and these things were bought to you by your ex. And so you need to consider, that's my number 3 point, you need to consider the situation of your present partner. You need to consider their pocket. Let me give you an example. Someone that is struggling, for instance, a man that is working, let's say $8 an hour, and is struggling to work 10 hours. All right, that's $8, which is very possible. A lot of people still do that. And look at you just bragging about with iPhone 14X Max. Compare how much you bought the iPhone 14X Max with what is earning, and you did not even take that iPhone on credit. You're just showing it off. And from your iPhone, you're going to your computer and your iPad, which was not bought for you by him, which he knew you could not afford. But guess who gave them to you? Your ex. That house is going to scatter. I really hope I'm speaking straight to your heart tonight. You need to consider the present partner before you start bringing some gifts home. If it's not rich enough, he can't afford it, don't use it. Don't use it because, listen, I know some of you ladies are probably shaking your heads and no, why can't I enjoy my life? I am only telling you the things that cause the problems in the home. The things that cause the problems among partners. When you're using things they can't afford and you're bringing them from outside, particularly you're bringing them from your ex. A lady had a party that in her wildest dream she couldn't have afforded. She couldn't have been able to afford. And the husband too was nothing near to what they did at the party. But guess who sponsored it? The lady's ex sponsored the party 100%. Hey, how long? I don't know, ladies. We need to talk. Sincerely speaking, if you're still with the ex, be with him and stay there. You can't be with your present and get funded by your ex. When the present is going to accuse you of cheating, don't be surprised. Because he knows that there's no free lunch, not even a free town. When you keep taking gifts from your ex, what are you giving in return? Very soon we're going to be going on a break, and I want you to ponder on those things that we have said. You really want a good home. You got to work for it. You got to get rid of some things. You can't be comfortable here and be comfortable there. You want a peaceful home. Look, use an eraser. Clean off as much as possible your ex. And the best way you can clean it off, all those big property of his with you, what are you still doing with them? You're riding the car of your ex. What are you still doing with the car? Wow, you're no longer with him. You may disagree with me, it's fine. That's why I told you to call. You're riding his car, you understand? You're wearing his ring. The shares he bought for you are still there in thousands of dollars, and you claim you're not having anything to do with him. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide.
Making people happy over a long period of time makes us put you first in everything you do with us. We have badged multiple awards sending and receiving packages. Amgri Logistics. We ship via air and ocean to Nigeria. We also ship within the USA via FedEx, UPS, USPS, Amazon, and DHL. Amgri Logistics. We do instant money transfer to any part of the world with the best rate. We also do international driver license. Amgri Logistics. We are at 11850 Business Street, Suite G, Houston, Texas 77099. Check us out at www.amgrilogistics.com or care@amgrilogistics.com. Telephone 346-374-7743 or 832-614-5180. IG at Amgri Logistics _. Tell someone about us because we are swift, affordable, and reliable. Daddy Autos! Daddy Autos! Car sales, car repair, body works, title services, breaker services, insurance claims, and vehicle inspections. Call us now at 832-759-3324. Don't forget, free oil change when you make 2 synthetic oil change visits. The third is free. Daddy Autos, 9815 Honeywell Street, Houston, Texas 77074, or at www.daddyautos.com or info@daddyautos.com. Daddy Autos, best in auto repair. If it is branding, printing, and graphics design, let us undo it for you. Daystar International is an household name when it comes to office branding, car branding, stock branding, church pamphlet, signs, and banners. We also do business cards, flyers, mugs, t-shirts, embroideries, buttons, and stickers. Let the professional handle your branding, printing, and graphics design needs. Daystar International, 14165 Business Street, Houston, Texas 77083. Telephone 347-500-7328. IG Daystar _international _prints or www.daystarinternational.com. Daystar International. We print, brand, and do graphics for the world. Daystar International. Check us out. Being a #1 in authentic African cuisine has made us not to stop dishing out the best to our customers. Check out some of our delicacies and African food today. We also cater for both indoor and outdoor parties. Finger Licking Restaurant 2.0. Check our all-day coffee tea spots out. Open on Sunday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Thursday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We deliver with Uber Eats Street, DoorDash, and Drop Off. Finger Licking 2.0, 98178 Business Street, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 713-270-7070. Come for an authentic African cuisine.
Welcome back. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and I'm so glad that you're there. All right, don't forget, should you have advertisement needs, definitely would like to advertise your products and services for you. Your businesses could be big and they could be small. Whatever it is, bring them on. We'll proclaim them to the whole world for you. All right. Thank you very much for being a part of this program, and I really appreciate the fact that you're there. Now, our aim is to ensure that as much as possible, domestic violence becomes a thing of the past in the society. We know definitely we cannot fully eradicate it, but we can reduce it. So the things that build up to domestic violence in a family are the things I would like to talk about on this program. We just try to guide against them. That way we won't have that problem of somebody killing someone or someone beating someone in the name of love. And should you be trapped in any relationship, please speak out. Please call the authorities. Do not stay there and force yourself, okay? And thank you for being a part of the program. Tonight, we have been looking at that very important topic. What are you still doing with your ex's property? Now, as we wrap up tonight, I just want to encourage you. You can't afford to be greedy. Greediness is something that most people would like to say, no, I'm not greedy. But greediness is what a lot of us do. And it's not right. If you're not with someone, stop milking them. Stop taking things from them. If your ex has walked away and you've gone to another person, limit your dependency on them, as it were. Limit the way you depend on them most of the time. Leave your exes, let them face their own lives. The more you take from them, the closer you get. The more indebted you feel towards them. And if you're indebted to someone, naturally you pay back by cash or by kind. These are the things that break homes, that destroy families. Now, your communication, your conversation with your ex, if you're present, is aware of it. What would he think? What would she think? And so the things that you're hiding, I mean, I really can't imagine a lady still keeping the ring as given to her by her ex. I don't know to what purpose, apart from the fact that it is beautiful and expensive and she can't get rid of it. These are the things that when your partner, your new partner eventually finds out, these things will always cause problems. And these problems may be far-reaching, that they could turn to anything. So why don't you avoid the problem? And the best way in this case to avoid the problem is don't keep things that belong to your ex. Don't keep them. You can't afford to. You understand? If you're keeping your ex's car, by the time he truly needs a car, by the time something happens to him and he really can't afford another car, there's only one car he will come for. That one that you're riding, because he bought it. Most of them will even keep the receipt. They know how they bought it, so you can't even say otherwise. You don't want to be that embarrassed. You don't want someone to start, taking keys from you on the road. These are things that you don't need. You don't need that drama. Be satisfied, be contented with your new partner. Roll together, build together. If you can build together, what you have, you use together, you take it together, and you grow together. But keeping an ex's property with you may destroy. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman. Good evening. Who am I speaking with and where are you calling from?
Good evening, Eshman.
Who am I speaking with?
Felicia Felicia is my name.
Oh, good evening, Felicia. Good to know that you're here. Felicia, what do you think about what we're discussing tonight? Keeping the ex's property. Go ahead.
In my local dialect, I will try as much as possible to interpret it in English.
Please.
It says, where you say good night, where you have said good night, you don't need to say good morning again. That, which means, if you have said bye-bye, let it be bye-bye.
That's great
in
wisdom.
terms of, that is in terms, though I want to look at it in two different angles.
Go ahead.
Anyway, but keeping your ex stuff, like rings, like this, which means you are still so much attached to that person.
That makes sense.
You are still indebted to that person, or you are still very much attached, which means you are in two relationship. You have not let go your past, and there's no how you can hold on to your past. It's going to affect your present, and it's going to mar your future.
Wisdom.
So just let it go. If you really loved him, you shouldn't have left him in the first place. So keeping his stuff or the rest. But I'm looking at it in another angle.
Tell me.
I've seen people that broke up on a neutral ground or on a genuine reason, and they are still relating, but not this type of what you are saying. Like, they were dating, but when they get to know that their genotypes were not compatible, that they cannot go ahead, they broke up. And both of them, they let their new spouses know about that this is why I broke up with this person. There is nothing in between them, but they are still friends.
Yes.
One can still be friends with ex, but there should be demarcations.
Exactly.
There should be boundaries.
Exactly.
There should be boundaries. You can be of help to each other. Even your children, it can be of help. They can be of help to your children to different terms. You can be of help.
Yes. You're right about that.
Holding on, you are taking cars, you are taking houses, you are taking money. That's not X, so it's still not X, but
still present. Felicia, I was going to ask you, and I want you to attempt it. What should she do with the car? Let's assume that the car was bought for her by her boyfriend. Now they've broken up. They're no longer together. She's moving on with another man. What should she do with the car?
It depends on what the man says. Is the new man, is he aware of the car?
Okay.
What's he saying about the car?
Okay.
Is he comfortable with her using it?
Okay.
And there'll be no problem? Then there's supposed to be conversation between the two of them. This is a car given to me by this person. And even the person that gave the car to her, is he asking for the car?
Well, at the initial stage, he may not be asking, but things happen in future.
In future?
Yeah.
It's a gift. He has given it out.
So you're thinking she should keep it?
If the man that is dealing with now is comfortable with it, what the man has taken from the woman too, is it replaceable? Maybe they have been having a kind of, you understand what I'm saying?
No.
I'm just saying it. I'm a baby.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
I do understand it, but we've had cases, as we round up, Felicia, we've had cases of ex demanding things back. For instance, let's say she's keeping the car, and herself and a new man, they're using that car. The ex could demand the car back. We've seen it. It has happened very many times.
That is his problem. Give it to him.
So why should they
keep it? If he asks for it, if he needs it, give it out. Let it go. says, okay, I've dashed you. I gave you, and the man is comfortable with it. So be it.
Okay. Okay. That's
I mean, if the new man is comfortable with it.
all right. All right. On a final note, the lady that called yesterday, and she called me, and she said she has a ring of her ex in her other hand. She said the ring is probably the ring can buy a car. The ring is very expensive, actually, from what she said, and she can't see herself getting rid of it. What do you think she should do? She's still wearing the ring till this minute.
She has to get away. She has to get rid of that. See, ring is a symbol.
Okay.
It's a symbol. This is not a gift.
But the ring is more expensive than the car.
It can be expensive more than a car. It's a symbol of love.
Wow.
Car is just a gift. It's not a symbol of love. But even ring, it might be just $2. It's a symbol of love. It's a symbol of attachment. It's a symbol of commitment.
Okay, Felicia. This way we're going to hang it on here tonight and find a way to wrap it all up on it tomorrow. Now, I want to thank you very much, definitely. So I'll talk to you tomorrow while I round up the program for tonight.
Bye.
Well, I'm very grateful to you, Felicia, for calling. Now, truth be told, rather, from what Felicia said, if it's as per ring, it's totally indebatable. Please return it, get rid of it. For the car issue, we probably have to still look at the best way out. But anything that will embarrass you, embarrass your new man, find a way to avoid it. If anybody's going to buy you a car at all, let them buy it in your name, 100% your name, so that if anything comes up in future, you can defend yourself. Well, like I keep saying, time goes so fast on this program. How? I don't know. I'd like to appreciate all those that worked with me at the studio tonight. Thank you very much, Georgina Bracco, for being such a wonderful lady behind the cameras and on the computers. Thank you very much, Bukola Sarah, always in charge and running after the commercials. We do appreciate you so very well. Ehi Kowecho, wonderful lady that makes sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And our very own boss, SHINA OYINLOLA, the executive director, executive producer. We say well done and good job. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
10039 Bisonet Street, Suite 338, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 346-426-5650 or 832-490-8203.
website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.